I'm back with another story, and this story takes place back in February 2018, right after winter break, and I was at this alternative school. And basically how this alternative school had worked was it was two separate classrooms, and they were basically just computer labs, and there was only like 50 students enrolled in the entire school, because it was like an alternative school for people who were failing or wanted to graduate early. So on this day, me and my friend Jeff, we get dropped off at school by my mom, and immediately we're like, fuck this, we want to skip, we want to smoke, and we walk into the school, and the first room that you walk into, it's like a waiting room. But it's without chairs, and it's just a desk where people sign in and stuff, and there's somebody on the other side sometimes, and down the hall were the two classrooms. So me and Jeff walk in, and the way they had taken attendance at that school was when you first walked in, you would sign a clipboard, and usually the teachers weren't in a little sign-in desk waiting room type area. They were inside the classrooms on their computers, and there usually was a security guard who would be right there, and he just wasn't there at the time. So me and Jeff took this as our chance that we were gonna leave. Nobody was there, so we quickly signed this clipboard, and we walk right out. And we walk for a couple seconds, and my mom just spawns out of nowhere. And she whips her car around over to where we're walking, and we're walking in the parking lot. She's yelling and going crazy, and she's mad at us for leaving school. So she gets out of the car, and she's mad, she's yelling at us, and she walks into the school, and she starts telling the teachers about us skipping and leaving, and eventually me and Jeff get in trouble, and after we're done getting in trouble, we go and sit down at the computers. And we pretend to work, and just as we get our first chance, and the teachers aren't looking away, we leave. And as we're leaving, one of the teachers tries to stop us, and we tell him that we need to go to work. And that was a lie. And usually at this alternative school, people did stuff, like they had jobs and stuff. But they didn't believe us because you actually had to show them, like, your work schedule. And we didn't have one, and we didn't need to go to work. We wanted to go home and smoke. And the school was actually required to give us city bus passes. Jeff was the one who qualified for them since the school knew that he didn't have any transportation. And they basically wouldn't give him a bus pass because he just wasn't at school enough. And he was going off on the teacher. He was like, well, how am I supposed to even get to and from school without a bus pass? And they just didn't care, so we both left, and my mom was long gone by then, and we had a 6-mile walk ahead of us. We wanted to get home and smoke, and we didn't have any money for the bus, so we had to walk all the way home, all 6 miles home, and about halfway through the walk, there's this apartment complex, and it goes out onto the main road, and there's this lady, she was riding her bike, and this guy just hits her. He's pulling out of the apartment complex to get on the main road, and he hits her. And this lady's screaming and stuff, and she didn't get hit that hard, like the car wasn't going that fast, but I guess it really messed her up. Like, I don't know, she was screaming a lot, and she didn't fall off of her bike, she kind of just fell over, and she was still on the bike, so I wouldn't say that she barely got hit, but this lady was screaming, and she said that her rib was broken and sticking out of her body, so me and Jeff called the ambulance, and they arrived within 10 minutes, and they came with the police cruiser, and since me and Jeff were the ones that had called and we were witnesses, the police started asking us questions, and all we said was that we watched her get hit. Like, yes, the guy hit her. And we didn't stick around that long. We wanted to go back home and smoke, but we stayed there long enough for the ambulance people to confirm that, yes, her ribs were broken and they were sticking out of her body. So that was a little crazy, and we left, we went home, and we smoked the blunt, and that's pretty much the end of today's story. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and follow me on Instagram, dankity_spankity. I got a whole bunch of stuff on the Instagram, so follow me there, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.